All right, good morning, YouTube. This is Jason with the Tactical Data Desk coming to you at 9:20 Eastern on Friday, March 20th. Happy Friday. In today's video, I'm going to be going over GEX levels for ES futures, NQ futures. We are going to go over SPX, NDX, RUT, IWM, SPY, QQQ, NVDA, Tesla, all on the Tactical Data Desk dashboard. And then I'm going to show you something I am working on that goes into ThinkOrSwim, and I'm working on a special overnight balance indicator in NinjaTrader. So let's get started. I've got NinjaTrader up on the chart showing you ES. We've got the 0 DTE call wall at 67.25, the put wall at 6600 for SPX, with ES currently trading at 66.40. You can see the 0 DTE gamma wall at 66.18. Now, since this is 921 and SPX hasn't opened yet, the SPX spot price that you see right here hasn't updated real time yet. You can see the 0 DTE call wall shift is negative 80 and the put wall shift is negative 50. The GEX weight is negative 100 million. Now, the intraday GEX shift is not live yet because we are pre-market. But the call wall came down and the put wall came down. So that looks like lower trading. Not telling you today is going to be a down day, but if there is upside activity, expect it to be capped. Let's check out NQ on the futures chart. A lot of great overnight activity. Hit that 0 DTE put wall and bounce straight back up. That's why you guys have to have this on your chart. I doubt anyone's trading at 6 a.m., but if you were, would have had a nice bounce from 24,332 up to 24,491. But let's look at your NDX call walls and put walls for the 0 DTE trading today. 24,650 and 24,330 is the put wall. The put wall shifted down 340 points for NDX. That's a pretty big shift down. The 0 DTE GEX is positive 1.32. We'll see what that looks like when market opens at 9:22, and I'll provide a quick update around 10 a.m. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to catch up on that. Also, when we open and the NDX spot price hits live, I'll update the delta between the NQ spot price and the NDX spot price to align these walls to it. If you watch these act as the absolute best support and resistance lines. And the best way to play that is as support and resistance or breakouts above. All right, those are your futures for today. Let's go to the Tactical Data Desk Command Center. Here is your SPX GEX dashboard. 0 DTE 6725, 0 DTE put wall 66. OPEX call wall 6700, OPEX put wall 6600. That looks like it could be your floor, so watch that price today. We are negative GEX, we are negative net GEX. And here is what your GEX profile looks like. Here is your huge put wall, negative 20 million. That looks like your biggest support line. Watch that. If we break below, the trap door is open and it's very thin trading up below that. If you want to get risky, if we hit 6,600, buy a call at 6,650. That could be your Friday lotto ticket. Our intraday GEX shift will update when the market opens at 9:30. Let's check out NDX. 0 DTE call wall 650, put wall 24,330. Your call wall for OPEX is below the 0 DTE call wall, and your put wall is way below the 0 DTE put wall. Looks like they're expecting NDX to hit lower. Here is your GEX profile. We've got some pretty good resistance, 24,350, 24,340, and then 24,330. That's your biggest line right there. But a lot of upside resistance too here. Could hit a potential gamma squeeze in NDX. Let's watch this line right here, which is 24,360. That'd be your mark in the sand. Your biggest positive GEX is right here at 24,650. You definitely want to mark that on your chart. If you like to play call spreads, you could sell a call spread at 24,650, which is kind of far away. I don't know how much you'd get for that. We can check that out. Let's check RUT. 24,545 is your 0 DTE call wall, and your put wall is 2540. I don't know how broad the options market is for this, so it typically trades in a narrow range on the gamma walls. I got to update the GEX dashboard so we can see that on the RUT futures, which is RTY if you look at that ticker. SPY 650, 665 is the call wall, 660. SPY pre-market is trading 656 on the bid. OPEX call wall is 662. OPEX put wall 660. That's a weighted call wall. Here is your gamma. We are very heavy negative net GEX. Look at that, negative 1.01 billion negative net GEX. That's a lot. Very thin trading to the top side. So if we do get some upward momentum, there's not a lot of resistance going up. And QQQ, our 0 DTE call wall 601, put wall 590. QQQ on the bid pre-market is 591. So we're right there at that put wall. Now, if you mark these lines on your chart yesterday, QQQ did hit that put wall and bounce up. Also, let's take a look at, let's jump down to Tesla, because if you were watching the GEX levels on Tesla and NVIDIA, both of them hit GEX 2 and then bounced up 4 or 5 points. You could have bought calls then or sold a put spread then and made some massive money. But Tesla, 0 DTE call wall is 385 and your put wall is 380. Now, this is your OPEX put wall 395. This is for next month. Put wall is 380. If you aggregate these two together, I'm working on another study. Your call wall is 382. So there is a lot of GEX there. But look at this negative GEX. We got a lot of support at 380, 375, and then 370. So 370 could possibly be your floor. Not sure what you could get for a put spread below 370 for 0 DTE, but you might want to look, see if you can get something small. Tesla pre-market is trading 381.70, 381.80 on the bid. And let's check out NVIDIA. 182 is the 0 DTE call wall. 170 is the put wall. Get this GEX profile. We got the biggest at 170. That'd be your floor. NVIDIA is at 178.70 on the bid pre-market, which is right here at this 177.50 GEX wall. If NVIDIA pops down to 175, which I think was the low yesterday, I would look at potentially selling put spreads at 175 or buying a call at 175 and riding it until we touch 180 or 178, somewhere around there. That's what not a trade recommendation. That's just what I would do. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, let's look at the volatility dashboard and just check out what's happening with Vanna. The Vanna skew is pretty to the downside with 65.90 as your biggest negative Vanna point. Positive Vanna point is 66.20. Check out the Vex exposure. Wow, a lot at 6,600. So dealers are short Vega at 6,600. So that's, we get to 6,600, they're going to have to buy, especially if IV drops. This, I got an AI bot that tracks all this GEX, DEX, VEX, and Vanna exposure, but it doesn't start till 9:30 when the options actually start flowing very well. All right, let's navigate over to ThinkOrSwim. This is your Apple chart. You can see on Apple, we've got the 0 gamma line at 250. These gamma walls are weighted for 0 DTE and this month's OPEX, which is today, and next month's OPEX, which is a month from now, Friday's expirations. It's weighted based on open interest change, and volume. So you will see some slight differences between the max negative gamma and max positive gammas that I report on the tactical dashboard, because the tactical dashboard shows just the 0 DTE. So this is the study I have specifically for ThinkOrSwim that I'm also migrating over to NinjaTrader. So if you're interested, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll figure out a way to get this to you so you can put this in your charts. But Apple hit the low at 246 below that minor put wall. Your Vanna magnet is 250. So if IV drops, we're going to migrate up to 250. A lot of heavy volume right. Check out SPX Oh, bell just opened. We're starting. Max negative gamma 6600. We opened at 65.86. Right. Live action. This is great. Let's watch NVIDIA 177. Max negative gamma is 177.50. Minor puts it 175. Right, let's flip back to the tactical dashboard. See what SPX is looking like now that we started the day. Below the 6600 wall by about 13 points. Are we going to cruise lower or are we going to cruise higher? Let's see what's happening on the futures dashboard. Ooh, big move down when market opened for NDX and NQ. Nice. Below the massive 6600 put wall adjusted for the point spread between ES and SPX. Here's your flip line for zero gamma flip line for 0 DTE. Looking good. All right, guys, hit these marks on your chart. This is what we want to trade off. This is how your indicators come active, where your best support and best resistance is. Good luck trading today. This is Jason with the Tactical Data Desk, bringing you free GEX exposure, gamma exposure, letting you know what's happening on the market internals, where the dealers are, and what the dealers have to do based on their delta neutral strategies and market mechanics. Ooh, had a big put wall shift down to 65.40. That was live. Did you see that shift? That was awesome. That's the power. Look at this. And max negative gamma right here on ES 65.94. And you difference between ES and SPX at 65.40 on the SPX put wall shifted down. What an exciting day. All right, if you like free GEX exposure, totally free, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Again, this is Jason, 25-year Air Force veteran, proud to serve, love to serve, still do it. This is not my full-time job, YouTube videos. As you can tell, I absolutely have a face for radio, as my kids like to say. This is just a hobby of mine, and I love doing it. I love all of you guys. Thanks for the support to the channel. It truly means the world to me. Hope you guys have a great Friday, and I'll check in with you later.